Namaste and welcome to Back Career Key with my mentor, a platform where we engage in honest, clear, and thoughtful conversations about life's most important decisions, that is, your career. This podcast is brought to you by My Mentor, an organization dedicated to guiding students and parents in simplifying career choices. From selecting the right course to exploring global opportunities. At My Mentor, we believe that career dilemmas will be absolutely normal, and with the right guidance, it can transform a student's journey completely. Through Bad Career Key, our purpose is clear to bring forward authentic voices from the world of education and career, break through the noise of myths and peer pressure, and half informed advice. And we are empowering students and parents to make confident and well informed decisions. This isn't about lectures, it is about meaningful conversations about real questions, genuine experiences, and guidance that will truly make a difference. And to begin with this journey, we couldn't have asked for a better guest for this episode. Today, we are honored to have with us a visionary educator, accomplished architect, and a mentor who has shaped generations for designs. With over 4 decades of experience, he has not only witnessed but also contributed to the evolution of architectural education in India. Presenting Professor Jagbir Singh, an alumni of prestigious IIT Roorkee, and he is currently serving as Director of Amity School of Architecture and Planning at Amity University, Lucknow. His work reflects a deep commitment to sustainable architecture and student mentorship. Through his publications, projects, and contributions, he continues to inspire both with technical excellence and social responsibility. Today, we delve into his journey, his vision for the future of architecture, insights into reality of architectural practices, and his valuable advice for aspiring architects. To begin, let's hear about his journey and what inspired him to choose architecture as his career and what sparked his passion for this field. Now, we will begin with the questions for the podcast. So, sir, what inspired you to choose architecture as a career and what is that one skill which you recommend students that they shouldn't miss?
Actually, right from the beginning, when I was doing education, basic education, let me say 10+2, ever since then, जब भी कोई मैं बिल्डिंग देखता था, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था. It used to fascinate me. So after 12th class, I started appearing for entrance examination. Initially with the idea to become engineer and obviously civil engineer. And by then, so much of awareness about architecture was not there. But inherently, I always appreciated the campus, the kind of buildings, or maybe the landscape, the nature. And I thought that was a very nice dream I had at that particular time. And then eventually, I happened to join IIT Roorkee for my Bachelor's of Architecture degree.
Okay, sir, and what is that one skill which you recommend students they should have while doing architecture?
Actually, students, there should be a kind of, let me say, perseverance is very, very important aspect. And then observation is very, very important. So whenever you look at the kind of environment, good buildings, architecture, you must start, thinking about it, analyzing as to why that is good. So that observation is very important. In architecture, observation to me is very, very important.
So, sir, my next question will be how has architecture changed from where you have started to now?
Architecture actually has changed tremendously, let me tell you. With the advent of technology, computers playing a role, so much of difference has taken place in architecture. Initially in architecture education, the practice, or maybe because of practice, in fact, even the education erupted with that. So much of change has taken place. During early days, we were trained that, your eye and your sketching must be very good, and that we learned proportion, scale through our sketching that we used to do. And a lot of emphasis used to be given in architecture education towards sketching. तो हम बाहर जाते थे, हमारे कुछ क्लासेस स्पेसिफिकली स्केचिंग की लगती थी. तो वहाँ से हम बिल्डिंग के सामने पेड़ लगे, ह्यूमन बॉडी, कार्स, ये सभी जब हम ड्रा करते थे हाथ से तो एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप होती थी माइंड में, ब्रेन में, हाथ से स्केचिंग में, उससे प्रोपोर्शन और स्केल का बहुत अच्छा अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता था एंड दैट कोहेरेंस यूज्ड टू बी एस्टैब्लिश्ड एंड दैट आई अंडरस्टैंड इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट एन आर्किटेक्ट मस्ट बी वेरी गुड एट स्केल प्रोपोर्शन काइंड ऑफ थिंग, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट। आजकल अभी ऐसा हुआ है students straight away go to computers, start drawing buildings. So that instinct is missing. So that development of scale, proportion and all composition elements of architecture जब मैं अभी बच्चों को पढ़ाता भी हूँ तो मुझे लगता है उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग में थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होने लगी है, जबकि हम पहले फर्स्ट ईयर से ही इन सब चीज़ों को डेवलप करते थे तो डिज़ाइन एप्रीहेंशन थोड़ा आसान हो जाता था। और अभी जो है जो कंप्यूटर पर ड्राइंग बनती है वो स्क्रीन पर पूरी ड्राइंग बनाई जाती है। तो स्क्रीन एक छोटा सा स्क्रीन होता है तो हमें किसी बिल्डिंग के बिट्स एंड पीसेस में हम दिखाई पड़ता है, जबकि हम ड्राइंग बोर्ड पर अपनी सीट पर जब नक्शा बनाते थे तो ड्राइंग बोर्ड की साइज बढ़ते चली जाती थी। जैसे जैसे बिल्डिंग की साइज बढ़ती थी तो वैसे ड्राइंग बोर्ड हमारा साइज बढ़ता चला जाता था। हम एलिफेंट साइज का ड्राइंग बोर्ड बनाते थे, 1 मीटर बाई 2 मीटर्स तक की ड्राइंग हम लोग बनाते थे। इवन ऑफ सेट स्क्वायर और टी हट करके वो ड्राफ्टिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट पे जाते थे, दैट वी यूज्ड टू प्लेस इट देयर ऑन द ड्राइंग बोर्ड। वो जो चीज़ खत्म हुई तो एक स्क्रीन पर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव बिल्डिंग हम नहीं देख पाते, उसको स्लाइड करते हैं, रोटेट करते हैं, तब देखते हैं। तो एक ये बड़ा ज़्यादा हमें जो है चेंज नज़र आया कि अब ड्राइंग जो है हाथ से बनाने के बजाय सीधे कंप्यूटर से बन रहे हैं। So that understanding, it takes probably longer time for a student to understand the let me say intricacy of design process. ये बड़ा चेंज आया है। हालांकि फिर भी बच्चों ने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से कंप्यूटर्स पे एक्सपर्टीज डेवलप हो गई है। शुरुआत में तो प्रॉब्लम थी, अभी सारे बच्चे ट्रेंड हो गए हैं, सेकेंड ईयर से ही आप कंप्यूटर पर अच्छी ड्राइंग बनाने लगे हैं।
So sir, how do you bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical application in your teaching?
Actually, this is very very important. As a teacher, हम सबको अच्छे तरीके से समझ में आना होता है कि आपको जब पास होकर जाएंगे तो किस तरीके का काम करना है। इंडस्ट्री में जाएंगे तो आपको जो बिल्डिंग बनानी है तो एक तो जो हम थियोरेटिकल डिज़ाइन करते हैं तो उसको प्रैक्टिकल बनाने रखने के लिए एक तो हमारे करिकुलम में ही 6 महीने की कंप्लीट ट्रेनिंग है। So one semester is dedicated to industry training, let me say. So we call that as training. So one semester is that dedicated, but at the same time, हम जो है सभी बच्चों को जब भी कोई डिज़ाइन एक्सरसाइज देते हैं तो एक केस स्टडी के लिए कंपलसरी केस स्टडी होती है जिसमें बच्चे बाहर जाते हैं और जो आपको डिज़ाइन एक्सरसाइज दिया जाता है उसकी स्टडी करते हैं। बिल्डिंग जो बनी हुई होती है, एग्जिस्टिंग बिल्डिंग होती है, उस बिल्डिंग के अच्छे पॉइंट्स या कम अच्छे पॉइंट्स जो भी होते हैं उसकी एनालिसिस की जाती है। वो आर्किटेक्चर बहुत ज़रूरी है। इसके साथ साथ हम अच्छी बिल्डिंग्स का जो कंपाइलेशन लिटरेचर है वो देखते हैं। इंडिया में कोई भी अच्छी बिल्डिंग बनी हुई होती है, बहुत सारी बिल्डिंग्स हैं, उसका एक कंपाइलेशन होता है। हमारे यहाँ लाइब्रेरी में किताबें अवेलेबल होती हैं, उसको बच्चे देखते हैं। एट द सेम टाइम लिटरेचर सर्वे में हम अपने बच्चों को एक्सपोज करते हैं कि दुनिया में उस तरीके की बिल्डिंग जो है, जैसे हॉस्पिटल बिल्डिंग है या ऑफिस बिल्डिंग है, पूरी दुनिया में कौन सी कितनी अच्छी बिल्डिंग बनी है, वो लिटरेचर सर्वे में आता है। तो एक तो डिज़ाइन जो हमारे शहर में नहीं बनी है, बाहर की है, जहाँ हम इंडस्ट्री में नहीं जा पाते हैं, वो लिटरेचर सर्विस देखते हैं। एट द सेम टाइम हमारे बच्चों को मैं एक्सपोज करता हूँ कि साइट पर ज़रूर जाएं और उससे बनी मिलती जुलती बिल्डिंग स्टडी करें, तब अपना डिज़ाइन करें। एक प्रोसेस है, हम सभी लोग अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन में अडॉप्ट करते हैं।
Okay. So, sir, for students who are aspiring to study architecture abroad, so what advice will you give to them? Like, what should they keep in mind before choosing a university?
Actually, choosing a university is really, even in India, it has become very, very difficult for the fact that, so many universities are there and everybody puts up that they are the best universities. So there are several factors, NAAC accreditation and the performance of alumni. If the university is old enough, good enough, and their alumni is, they are the real reflection of universities they belong to. So in India, this is what it is, and even outside, abroad, that let me say that grading is always done, that is available as to which university is good in which field. In architecture also we understand कि कौन सी दुनिया के ऐसे विश्वविद्यालय हैं, स्कूल्स हैं जो ज़्यादा अच्छे हैं, यूएस में, यूके में, यूरोप में, and even otherwise kind of countries, there are some good universities. So their reputations are always reflected, and in which field also we just see, because there are so many specializations in architecture. तो आप किसी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाते हैं तो sometimes technology based architecture, there are certain universities technology based architecture. So if you are strong in technology, then you go and join those kind of universities. And there are certain universities which are more creative. तो बच्चों को अगर क्रिएटिव माइंड में है, क्रिएटिविटी उनकी ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग है, बिकॉज आर्किटेक्चर में क्रिएटिविटी और टेक्नोलॉजी दोनों का मिश्रण है. कुछ बच्चे टेक्नोलॉजी में बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, उन्हें टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना होता है, और जो क्रिएटिव होते हैं उन्हें क्रिएटिव बेस्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना होता है. एक ये क्राइटेरिया होती है, और हर यूनिवर्सिटीज का अपना एक स्पेशलाइजेशन जो बच्चों को पता हुआ होता है वो तैयार करते हैं उस हिसाब से.
So, sir, you think that international exposure would benefit students in terms of career growth and creativity?
Yes, 100%. I appreciate. There are हमारे इंडिया में भी बहुत सारे अच्छे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, IITs हैं, NITs हैं, इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं. And let me say, without any hesitation, I say at MIT School of Architecture Planning also we impart quality education. So in India also there are good institutions. But abroad, if you go and you see, in architecture, there are many good universities. वहाँ जाने पर एक्सपोजर बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है. और आर्किटेक्चर इंडिया में जैसे अमेरिका की बात करें हम या यूरोप की बात करें, मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर एक्चुअली स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम देयर ओनली. वी स्टार्टेड डूइंग मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर in India after 1947 onwards, whereas some good architecture already existed. So modern architecture initiated from USA and Europe. तो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स अगर वहाँ जाते हैं तो वहाँ का आर्किटेक्चर देखते हैं, राइट. मॉडर्निज्म स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम देयर ओनली. हमारे इंडिया में आर्किटेक्चर था, एंशिएंट था, पुराना है, बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर वहाँ से शुरू हुआ, बिकॉज एक अच्छे पीरियड तक हम जो है बहुत ज़्यादा आर्किटेक्चर क्रिएट नहीं कर पाए फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड टाइम. देन हम वहीं से सीखे. तो जब बच्चे हमारे वहाँ जाते हैं तो वहाँ जो है मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, my son went to study masters in architecture from University of Illinois, and I made it a point that when you are in USA, ensure that you see good buildings. That Falling Water is very very famous example of architecture, and I said you go and see that building in USA. So he went there and he looked at it from that point of view, and I said, while you study there, you just ensure that all good buildings designed by great architects, which we study from here, you get an opportunity to see these buildings closely from there, and you analyze. And when you come back, that will leave longer impact in your mind. And similarly, my daughter also went to study architecture master's degree in Germany. I said, go take a round of Europe and ensure that all good buildings which exist there, और हमारे मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर जो बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं यहाँ, स्टडी करके आओ. तो ये जो एक्सपोजर है, दैट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपका विजन बड़ा हो जाता है. वो उस विजन को लेकर के जब आप इंडिया में आते हैं और यहाँ प्रैक्टिस करते हैं या आप पढ़ाते हैं, तो दैट इम्प्रेशन एंड इम्पैक्ट इज वेरी वेरी लाइवली. सो आई वुड ऑलवेज एडवाइज स्टूडेंट्स, इफ दे गेट अपॉर्चुनिटी, दे शुड गो अब्रॉड and study.
So, sir, do you think technology can replace creativity in architecture or only enhance it?
Creativity always has upper hand in all aspects of it. Even in technology, no technology will exist without creativity. Let me tell you. So that creativity always has upper hand in any aspect of it. Even in administration, creativity is very important. In architecture, creativity will always prevail. But yes, technology, the technology will give you various options that in leisure time or whatever you think that you can convert into a kind of building form or whichever field you are there. So it's not question of replacement. No technology can replace creativity. And वही बात है, अगर कोई sometimes we think that technology is available without developing scale and proportion, without developing creativity, you can design a building based upon that computer advent or maybe technology. That's not possible. So it's not, I mean, nothing can replace. Creativity cannot replace technology. Technology cannot replace creativity. They have to go side by side, side by side. Once they go side by side, the best can be achieved. And that is what is happening. In education also this is happening. We are getting modern buildings. The typology of building, the technology is building, changing. But creativity is always there. Different forms of architecture has started emerging. The technology, what I think technology can now provide, earlier it could not. So, things are there. And that is what is, we say, development in architecture taking place.
So, sir, these 40 plus years in this field, and what's that one thing that still excites you about architecture?
What excites me in architecture even today is that, when I see some good architecture and then something different, some unique architecture, maybe with the help of these days, sometimes I find the buildings have color. Earlier, not so many colors used to be there in buildings, but these days I find, different colors are there. Different colors are added in architecture. Right, high-rise building, all right, is there. It's good as per the need, it is all happening. But quality architecture not necessarily is a big building. So that any building which is really good, scale, portion, color, texture, and the latest materials. It's a newer material that has been innovated. If the building comes up with those newer technology and aesthetics is really good into it, that excites me even today. So every day I find some new thing is emerging in architecture, and that excites me. And I feel like, looking into it, that more and more good students should join architecture.
So
Intellectual students should join architecture.
So now we will begin with the rapid fire questions. So, sir, my first question will be, what's one word that you will give to describe architecture?
To me, at this point of time, whatever I see in the environment, to me is architecture. The buildings along with the environment. In totality, whatever exists in the environment is architecture to me.
Okay. So, sustainability or aesthetics, what matters more?
Actually, both are very, very important. Sustainability is the need of the hour, need of the time. That's very, very important. But architecture to me, there's no architecture which is not aesthetics, right? Because I take it like everything is designed, but few things are designed beautifully. And one which is designed beautifully is architecture. So if the building is sustainable, fair enough, that's one aspect of building. But the building must definitely be beautiful. Then and only then this is architecture.
What architectural style do you admire the most?
If I talk about architecture style, I would just say that modern architecture impresses me the most. Which is designed based upon the environment, respecting the nature. Respecting the nature, I would mean, the respecting the site condition, respecting the environment, respecting the climatology, respecting the need of the person. So that is what impresses me the most. Modern architecture, I would call.
So, sir, if we give you a choice between modern architecture and traditional one, which will you choose?
Actually, modernity blended with tradition is the one that inspires me most, I said. And even in the modern architecture, that instinct of vernacularity is always there. The respect to the nature, the respect of tradition, local tradition, culture is very, very important. So the modernity blended with tradition is always very, very important. And that is let me tell you, the instinct or the genesis of the sustainability also. Sustainability also lies in, the traditional architecture. So,
and what cities architecture you find most interesting?
The kind of the cities, there are most of the cities even in India are having architecture which is modern, high-rise, latest kind of designs and all. And what impresses me most about the city planning is Jaipur kind of architecture. Jaipur architecture, because that the respect to tradition is always there, respect to climate that prevails there is always there, and the culture and tradition is also there. Similarly, architecture and many other places in Jaipur, the Jodhpur, Jaisalmer architecture, where in certain portion that exists there. And in let me tell you abroad, if I talk about architecture of Paris, London, and certain architecture of Europe, where they have maintained their heritage architecture. That is the best part, and I like it.
So early morning work or late night creativity?
You know, early morning creativity, early morning
Early
work,
morning work and late night creativity.
early morning work.
Ah.
In architecture, let me tell you, somehow it happens that as the demand of the profession is that practicing architect or maybe even students of architecture, they have to carry on for a longer time. Their days are extended till maybe some late in the evening. That's the need of the hour, let me say. Even when we were students, the drawings we used to prepare, and the preparation of drawing used to take longer time. So even during students' time, we used to work till late night. So that prevails even in the most of practicing architects. I have seen at Lucknow City, most of the architects work till 9 p.m. And once you work till 9 p.m., awaking in the morning becomes difficult. ये हमारे प्रैक्टिस की ज़रूरत है या क्या है? ज़्यादातर आर्किटेक्ट है लेट इवनिंग पर काम करते हैं, बट अगर ऐसी व्यवस्था बन जाए तो सम ऑफ द आर्किटेक्ट्स, लेट मी टेल यू, मोर डिसिप्लिन काइंड ऑफ आर्किटेक्ट्स आल्सो हैव सीन, जो सवेरे जो है राइट टाइम पर अपना ऑफिस शुरू करते हैं, राइट. एंड द फर्स्ट फेज उनका जो ऑफिस का वर्किंग होता है उसमें वो क्रिएटिव काम करते हैं, डिजाइन, क्रिएटिव एंड ऑल. एंड द सेकेंड फेज दे गो टू साइड. And in the evening, actually, clients come to the office only in the evening, and that's how evening hours are extended. So there could be a kind of duality. So very clear-cut distinction may not be there as to what I prefer. But in architecture, working till late, and then till late, I mean maybe 1 or 2 hours after the day is over, the architect sit down in office and starts thinking as to what went during the day. And that's the cool period where he actually designs the building. So this is how it will go.
Okay, sir. So have you ever designed something and later thought, what was I even thinking?
Yes, this is very true. Whatever we must have designed at that point of time, at certain point of time or maybe later, you think, if I had done that could have been good. ऐसा किया होता ज़्यादा बढ़िया होता. बट वो जो उस समय डिज़ाइन किया होता है, when you design a building, there are so many factors included into that. उसमें clients के ideas भी होते हैं, clients की requirement होती है, right? And sometimes you compromise with the client's requirement when you design buildings. So at later stages, when you think that, if you are not compromised in your design based upon client's needs, that would have been really good. So what I mean is that, the completeness of building, perfection in building could be achieved only when the architect's complete mind was really utilized in design buildings.
If your personality were a building, what would it look like?
I would just see that, as humble as possible, right? So, like in personality also, it must respect when I talk about humbleness in personality, that is what I like and appreciate. That is where, respect with the environment comes out to be. It's respect to the site condition, respect to the nature, that everything that you design, that I would design, that I would like to see in buildings, is that respect to the environment.
So, sir, what's that one hobby outside architecture?
One hobby that I would like to enjoy?
Yes, sir.
And actually, I enjoyed sports. During my student days, and then during my IIT Roorkee students time, I was participating almost in all sports and was the best swimmer of University of Roorkee. So swimming I relished to maximum, whereas I definitely enjoyed sports. And for the time being, I really enjoy, cricket these days.
So, sir, what's that one architectural monument in India which you think is the best one?
There are so many monuments there in India, and the simple styles of South India actually impresses me most. And the Taj Mahal also I appreciate for its beauty, achieved out of composition and its beauty engraved in marble. So these monuments really attract me most.
So, how do you think that designs from ancient India have changed to modern India?
Actually, yes, so much of change has taken place in architecture. और ये जो पहले आर्किटेक्चर था, एंशिएंट आर्किटेक्चर की बात करें तो इनफैक्ट इवन सम टाइम बैक इफ यू गो बाय, इंडियन आर्किटेक्चर यूज्ड टू बी रियली क्वाइट मोनुमेंटल and it has aesthetics and technology both blended together. And in the ancient buildings are temples, South Indian temples, and even otherwise, वो building बड़ी अच्छी और aesthetics, technology सबका blend था. The modern architecture we started inheriting from Western countries. अभी इंडिया में अपना जो आर्किटेक्चर प्रिवेल कर रहा है वो मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर. That is, you know, the global style of architecture. It is more distinct these days. तो मॉडर्न आर्किटेक्चर पूरे वर्ल्ड में वही चल रहा है. बट यस, इंडिया में जो हम अच्छी बिल्डिंग बना रहे हैं वो इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में स्ट्रांग है. वो बिल्डिंगें ज़्यादा पॉपुलर हैं और बड़ी अच्छी भी है. जैसे इंडियन कल्चर की हमने बताया कि इंडियन क्लाइमेटोलॉजी के हिसाब से जो बिल्डिंग बने. इंडियन क्लाइमेट, डिफरेंट क्लाइमेट्स हमारे इंडिया में होते हैं. राजस्थान में हॉट ड्राई होगा, नॉर्थ इंडिया में हमारा कंपोजिट क्लाइमेट है, राइट. तो जो कंपोजिट क्लाइमेट के लिए सूटेबल बिल्डिंग्स है वो हम इंडिया में बनाने लगे और इंडियन कल्चर को एड्रेस करती हैं बिल्डिंग्स. तो हमारी बिल्डिंग मॉडर्न है, क्रिएटिविटी में, एस्थेटिक्स में और टेक्नोलॉजी में. एट द सेम टाइम ये बिल्डिंग जो है इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट को एड्रेस करती है. वो बिल्डिंग ज़्यादा अच्छी बनी गई है. वो हमारी फेमस बिल्डिंग्स हैं. इसके लिए हमारे बड़े आर्किटेक्ट्स हैं एंड दे हैव बीन डूइंग, हम लोग उनको बड़ा हाईली रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं जो मॉडर्न टॉप आर्किटेक्ट्स इंडिया में हैं. चार्ल्स कोरिया, आर्किटेक्ट बीबी दोशी, राइट. इस तरीके के आर्किटेक्ट्स हैं. इसके पहले कन्वीनर आए थे.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your honest and inspiring journey with us. Your story reminds us that dreaming is important, but taking action is what truly shapes a successful future. From being a student to an educator, your dedication to education and commitment inspire young minds